Good morning! This morning I want to talk about competition, about friendly competitors, and how to handle the "we already have a vendor" objection. But first I want to give you two examples. Number one, do you remember the Looney Tunes cartoon, the one with the coyote trying to steal the sheep and the sheep herder trying to prevent him? You know, he's got the hair over his eyes, he's a sheepdog, and he's preventing the coyote from stealing his sheep. And right at the end of a very critical moment when one's about to beat the other one up, the whistle blows. And they look and they kind of check their watches and they punch out and they say, they say goodnight to each other. "Good night, Sam." And off they go. It's just their job. There's no hard feelings. It's over. The second thing I want to talk about, an example I give, is playoff hockey. I love playoff hockey. There's just nothing like it. It is must-see theater. I don't watch a lot of TV, but if I'm watching this time of year and it's nighttime, it's going to be playoff hockey. Well, at the end of a series, when one team has absolutely beat the snot out of the other team, they shake hands. They line up. No other sport does this. They line up on the ice and they shake hands. Now imagine somebody taking your teeth out, quite literally. And you stick your hand out and say, "Good game." Last night when the Bruins defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets, one of the Bruins players, Charlie McAvoy, had just crushed this during this game. Just about knocked him out. I'm sure he just about gave him a concussion. The guy was down on the ice for quite a while and the fans were booing and everything else. And then the Bruins won. They won Game 6. And I don't know where they're at right now because I'm recording this in early May. But at the end of that, they lined up and good game. And they stood there and they smiled at each other and it was no hard feelings. It was extraordinary. And I think this is great competition. They get it. It's not life and death. It's a hockey game. And no other sport does this. And I think every sport should do this. Well, as salespeople, we hear we already have a vendor objection. How you handle that says a lot about who you are. Now, if I'm a buyer and somebody's bad-mouthing the competition, it's like gossip. Like, what are they saying about me? It's a very bad idea. Handling that objection is very important. So, the number one reason why we lose a client, it's not price, it's not service, it's not delivery, it's not because we screwed up a job. It's because the client thinks that we have taken advantage of them. We've taken them for granted, rather. And I think that holds true. It was true when I first started in sales nearly 40 years ago, and it's true today. That's why we lose a client. So imagine you're hearing that objection. You're thinking, okay, people leave their vendors because they think that the vendor stopped working for them. So what has the vendor done for this client lately? That's the seed of doubt that you need to plant in the mind of the customer. You don't badmouth. They're a competitor. They're in the same field as you are. Everybody's trying to row in the same direction. There's nothing in it for you to badmouth. But you can certainly say to the client, let me present to you some new ideas. It costs nothing to listen. And you don't know what you don't know. That's your way in. And at the end of the day, it's just hockey. It's just print. It's just sales. There's no need to really, go out of your way to badmouth. And you certainly don't want to because it reflects badly on you. So much more on this, but I like to try and keep these tips short. Hopefully the Bruins are Stanley Cup champions by now. Who knows? We haven't had a championship here in, I don't know what, 2 months? So have a great selling week, and we'll talk to you all next week.